Maybe you're not pretty. So what? I'm a horrible woman and I make content for other horrible women, and my objective is not to convince you that you are in fact pretty or to reassure you that you're attractive or to try and expand the definition of beauty to include you. My end game is to hopefully get you to care less about whether you're attractive or not, and to hopefully make you angry about how much mental space and emotional energy you've been conditioned to put into the topic. I don't know if you guys understand how serious I am about being a horrible, mean woman, but I really am, because when women talk to me about feeling like they're ugly, I have the same impulse to assure them that they're not, but my preferred response is, maybe you are ugly, so what? And even for a self-described horrible woman, I know this seems really harsh, but the truth is that I don't think the solution to us as women being overly preoccupied with whether or not we're attractive is to constantly be reassuring ourselves and each other that we are attractive. It's to stop caring about whether or not we're attractive. And I know this is a lot easier said than done, but like a lot of things, it gets easier if you get mad about it. We're not born with an innate predisposition to being overly concerned with superficial things or obsessing over the minute details of our appearance. Most men, when they have a breakout, are not reaching for the concealer to cover it up, and that's mostly not because they've gone on a self-help journey where they've learned how to love their acne, and if they even thought about it, they probably don't like it very much, but they don't feel the need to do anything about it because it's not taking up a bunch of space in their heads. And the reason that it's not is not because men are more high-minded than women, it's because they haven't been conditioned into the idea that this is of supreme importance to them. They're allowed to just be in whatever state they're in. And that's what I want for women. I want us to be free to be, and to be not so burdened by concerns about our appearance. And I think a solution that involves learning to love the way you look or learning to see yourself as beautiful is kind of unachievable for a lot of people, and then when we struggle with it, it just deepens the feelings of inadequacy that we have, and also it kind of gives credibility to the idea that beauty is important. And I think that it would be more helpful to us to think about whether or not we're beautiful less. Being preoccupied with our looks because we think they're not good enough to being preoccupied with our looks because we're trying to reinterpret them as good enough is still just being preoccupied with our looks. I think what might be more productive and achievable is recognizing that you are living in a rigged system that has had to condition you into seeing how you look as a matter of supreme importance, so that you will put mental space, emotional energy, and material resources into the matter. And get pissed off about it, because getting to a place of self-love might be really difficult, but getting angry at a system set up to screw you over and refusing to think the way it wants you to think can be really motivating, or at least I found it to be. You don't have to love yourself in order to stubbornly refuse to hate yourself. And I know, again, all of this is so much easier said than done, but it's definitely helped me, because I spent most of my adolescence and young adult life refusing to wear shorts because I thought there was something wrong with the way my legs looked. And I live in a really hot part of the world as well, so I was unnecessarily uncomfortable and hindered for a lot of my life over a really superficial thing. And the thing that ultimately helped me get free of this was not deciding that actually my legs were beautiful or expanding the definition of beauty to include them. It was confronting the possibility that I might have really unsightly, unattractive legs that don't fit the beauty standard, but so what? Even if there is something wrong with my legs, I still have as much right as anybody else to move around the world dressed for comfort and to be free of the burden of obsessing over them. The path to freedom for me was not learning to think more positively or more kindly about my legs. It was getting really annoyed at how much I was burdened by thinking about my legs and deciding on principle to try not to think about my legs. And now I'm in my 30s and it's just normal for me to not think about my legs, and I live in shorts.